Look, it's a flood!
It's a flood!
It's flooding!
Get away!
Quick, we need to get to higher ground!
Open the floodgates!
And here we are, two assholes between.
Betwixt.
No, we're not. We said that last episode.
Betwixt.
Two assholes besides one orchid. That is an orchid, right?
And a very handsome dog. Hi, Kate.
Yeah. So
welcome.
I'm gonna continue to do the smart thing while recording and turn off all of the devices.
Ooh.
But you know what we're really gonna be doing? We're gonna be riding and crashing through. We got Doc and Ziggy with the flood. How you doing, Doc?
Man, once I get my phone off, we gonna be good. We are fucking good.
We're trying to be professional and stuff with this now, especially since we're on like the video.
You know, casual but professional.
Fireplace.
Millennial.
Fireplace.
That's us.
I need to play the fireplace. We all know I'm stubborn about that.
Oh man.
You know.
Man. What a week it has been.
I just want to say, I don't have stage fright.
No?
I don't have stage fright, but looking at myself
it's distracting.
It's distracting.
That's all.
Because I have no problem like performing in front of people.
Yeah. I mean, both of us come from, like, you know, the backgrounds where we were seeking to be in the entertainment field.
Oh, yeah. And
So,
here we are.
And here we are.
We
Back
both
to
feel like we're
you.
going to be one of those people that are, like, famous, like, 34, 36. It's going to somehow, like George Clooney it.
Yeah, that second win, you know, something will happen. Something will happen, you know, maybe. maybe
we'll go off screen one day.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
maybe,
let's see how it flows.
Maybe I'll just open up the timeline and see that we've gone viral for some reason.
Or we just go walk into the comedy den and do like an Abbott and Costello.
A hot 16?
Mm-hmm.
You think we could do 16 minutes of improv? Me and you?
Probably. I think I've really thought about doing stand-up because I have hella just like ridiculous funny stories.
Yeah.
That I can just turn into like
relatable content.
Yeah. Also, just like any one-liner or something like that, like the keep your death threats to 140 or less thing.
Oh yeah, that was clever.
Yeah,
that was clever. I'll give you that.
By the way, we are rising up and crashing through. This is Dr. Thinking with the Flood. Keep your death threats to 140 characters or less.
I mean, we did that part already. I think you left out your death threats.
I did leave out the death threats. That's why I did the speed version. Anyway, let's get down to the brass tacks.
Brass tacks?
Tax brass.
We go. What do you think? What is the tax on brass?
I don't know. Are we importing it or are we making it with alchemy?
Lighthouse, let us know what the tax on brass is.
Speaking of,
just for curiosity, I just want to know.
Speaking of,
if
Lighthouse updates, we got a few.
Look at that. You see how that works? I should stop clapping so damn much.
All right, so we said that Kevin Durant was fine. Tom Hanks was fine. Rudy Gobert is not fine. He still cannot taste.
I thought you said he couldn't smell. I mean, I guess they're...
It's one or the other.
I mean, I feel like they go hand in hand. If you lose your sense of smell,
but he still hasn't gotten it back.
So he still might have that shit?
I mean, it might just be like a lasting effect.
Can we talk about how I don't like... Okay, I don't like saying coronavirus. It's a mouthful. No homo. Although, is that problematic? Is no homo problematic?
I feel like at this day and age it is. I feel like it just kind of be like...
I mean, it was a muscle reflex, if we can forgive me for that.
That's a cultural thing, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all listen to old DMX tracks. Whew.
Son.
Listen to old DMX and just try not to cringe. It's really hard to do.
Oh, man, but... See, you making me like... That whole era of rap music, we're just not allowed to really like talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Because once we open up that can of worms, there's no going back, yo.
You'll be like, this you'll be like, all right, this hook's really great. Then you go into the verse and like have it. You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Jesus and Mero talked about this shit already, but I mean, it is true, yo. Anyway,
So
Lighthouse up.
Go
Daddy.
Bear. It's maybe not
Yeah.
fun. Maybe not fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So I'm just calling it that shit from now on, as
right,
as my
that's fine.
delegation tends to do.
All right, so we'll update everybody on our terminology. So delegation, that's the race you belong to.
Or the cultural background. Let's not say race. You should definitely not be like racial back separating. You should not be separating people by their racial background.
That's valid.
But
There's also a quote I heard from
Shorthand.
Bill Russell recently.
ooh, so we're gonna quote Bill Russell in defense of racism.
Well, no, it was actually he was doing an interview, and
Go for it.
just the quote that I heard, and I was like, oh, holy shit, was, as a black man, you should never complain about inclusion, or you should never feel like a gatekeeper.
Bill Russell said that?
Mm-hmm. You should never complain about you should never complain about inclusion.
I half-heartedly agree, because being included in a death cult, just because there's never been any black people in death cults before, isn't something to be proud of. So
Here's another thing. Just like you had that reaction, I had that reaction.
you did have the same reaction that I had.
No. How you were like, you said like, no homo. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a reaction.
Oh, yeah. I mean, understandable, but
Like, I mean, it's always
don't do that.
all right. I'm not
Look,
defending myself. I
you
slipped
don't-
up, but I'm just
no,
saying, like,
no,
we all slip up.
Don't look.
Oh, it's the other dog.
Don't get into your white feelings. It's totally like, this is a safe space.
It was a slip.
This is a
It
safe
was a slip.
space.
The lesson was learned. All right, so delegation, people from different cultural backgrounds.
What was the? Oh, that shit. Whatever disease is latest and trending that I don't feel like saying by name because I'm tired of saying its name.
Yeah. The cookout and brunch.
Yeah,
Cross-cultural events.
hangouts.
Yep. Does it float? Do we buy it? Does it work?
I mean, we'll find out if it works. If this shit just all of a sudden becomes a part
The
of the
lighthouse is when we get an update on things we may have needed
How
to
did we
expand on
forget that?
or got wrong from the week prior. So, what else do we have on the update? We have a very important one. So, the DC statehood was first being pursued in the 1800s. It was reintroduced in the 1960s.
Hey,
And it was pushed very hard in the 1980s. Now, in 2020, the act that they passed in the House for statehood would rename the new state, the Washington Douglas Commonwealth.
Once again, a mouthful.
It would still, at that point, be Washington, D.C.
Yeah. So why would we? Yeah. Okay. I mean, cute. Whatever. I'm rocking with it. Do we think it's gonna happen? Do we think Trump is gonna be the president or do we think this Congress, more importantly, is gonna be the Congress to grant DC its statehood?
Maybe after the election, depending on how it works out.
Oh, so you think that? Yeah, I guess this would have to wait till after.
Maybe, I mean, like, it would be possible that Senate could, just keep the bill in rewrites.
And effectively make it a dead bill.
No. Basically keep it in the wings for holding.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where it's been, though. I mean, I guess not really. Like, the Lighthouse will probably say, that's not true, but
Shout out Lil B. You're really good at your job.
Yeah.
We appreciate you a lot.
But that's dope. I mean, Washington Douglas Commonwealth. And their football team will be...
All right, so I've thought of a couple ideas. The internet has thought of a couple of great ideas. The Washington Redskins and make their mascot a potato. The Washington Red Tails, which is a serious one.
Yeah.
That would be very good. They keep the color scheme the same, and the
Yeah.
Red Tails were a group of black fighter pilots in
Yeah.
World War II.
Yeah, the movie. Didn't that movie just...
Red Tails,
Yeah.
recently, in
Yeah.
the past 5 years or so.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, okay.
I've heard Washington, like...
Oh, you just want to run through them all?
I'm trying to remember some of them more.
Oh,
of
the
them.
Red Wolves is the one that I like. If we're gonna keep the colors.
Washington Warriors is another one I've heard, which I'm like, that's so...
Yeah, that's so cliche. I could get with Red Wolves. I could get with Red Tails.
I like Red Tails.
I like Red Tails for the meaning behind it. I don't know how I feel about Red Tails as a football team. Like, I saw somebody talking about the Washington Red Wolves thing, and they were like, can you just imagine a stadium full of like Washington Red Wolves fans like howling every time they score a touchdown? And I'm like, that right there sold it for me, yo. Like, that's it. Like, it's Red Wolves. You get to keep the same colors. The fandom becomes even more epic, like, because it's got that Native American feel to it still. It's got that military like kind of vibe to it, and it's still got like that sports mascot thing. Like I mean, come on, like the mascot is already fucking there.
Yeah. So
I mean, Red Tails would be good because then the DMV could keep like the bird theme going, because then we'd have the Orioles, the Ravens, and then
a fighter pilot,
the Red Tails.
a fucking airplane.
Yeah, I mean, but what do you think? You think the mascot would be an airplane? No,
I think
they're
it
gonna make
would
that
be
shit a
something
bird.
kind of like the Raiders,
immediately.
or kind of like the Raiders. How you have like the guy. It would maybe be like a fighter pilot with like the scarf flying behind, like kind of like Red Bear and Snoopy, except like an
Really?
actual pilot.
See, you're like right there, but you're missing the whole fact that it's a fucking bird in a fighter pilot helmet. Son, it is all
No. I'm talking like a fighter pilot.
No, I'm talking about the mascot. Right, we're talking about mascots, right?
Okay.
The mascot is a goddamn red bird or a yellow bird with a red tail, however the fuck you want it, with a fighter pilot helmet, like fighter pilot gear. He is a fighter pilot because he's a fucking bird, right?
So wait, you're basically just saying you want the Washington Red Tails mascot to be Woodstock.
Maybe not Woodstock, and maybe more like Launchpad.
You'd have to find a bird that would be a good represent. And the other thing is like
Gee,
Red
wait.
Wolves. So like Red Wolves is cool, but like what about a wolf is like DMV specific?
I mean, there are foxes all over the game. I mean, I know that's not a red wolf, but like if we're being like, if you want to be
the other
that
night,
petty,
I saw a fox that was like straight up this tall standing up, just looking through the bay window and like yelping, standing in the like sitting in the middle of the street. Like we thought it was like looking for their kids or something.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
Yeah. You know, it was weird because it was
Yeah.
just like right in the middle of the street, just like yelping, like a mom who lost her kid in the supermarket.
That sounds
Actually, more accurately, the other way around. But
that sounds sad.
it was. But
That
then we
sounds
also
terribly sad.
But we also thought that the fox might have been hunting Periwinkle's cats.
I mean, it could have been.
But then he also told me
Maybe
that
not cat.
one of
Did
his
it sound
cats
like a
used
cat?
he also told me one of his cats made friends with like a rabbit, and it would also hang out with stray cats. And he said it wouldn't be that out of the realm of the possibility for this cat to like make friends with a fox.
You live a wild life, yo. That sounds wild. Me personally, if I'd have seen that shit, I'd have gone back in the house and minded
We
my
were
fucking
in the
business.
house.
Yeah, but y'all went out of the house to go see what was making. See,
No. We saw it through the bay window,
Oh,
inside of the house.
you did say that. You did say that. That's fair. Because I'm like, once I saw
So
that,
we're watching this
once I saw
box
that,
inside the
it's
safety
done.
safe.
yeah.
We're in the safety safe.
But still, once I saw it, I'm like, it's done. Whatever's going on out there has nothing to do with me. Yo,
Forget Billy. Billy's dead. Rule 7 of League of
how
Legends.
often do you see some shit? You don't. You don't see shit like foxes just sitting in the middle of the street.
I did find out what it
crying
said,
to the
though.
moon. What do you mean you found out what it said?
It was making noises. It's kind of like a.
You gonna get the dog bark?
No. I'm just hoping people remember that song.
You jackass. God, you're
I can't believe it took you that long.
It did. I'm upset it took me that long. What do you mean, what did it say? Don't at me.
And I'm not gonna say it. I'm not.
No. Anyway, well, that was that all of the updates from the lighthouse?
Let me check again one more time. And it looks like those are the only ones that we got called out on.
Well, thank y'all for fact checking us, keeping us straight. Because, you know, if we're going to come to y'all with all the new hotness, with all the heat in the streets, then we got to come correct, right? So we try to do our due diligence, but every now and again things slip past us.
Or change.
Or change. And, you know, so.
Because we know we're like a couple of days behind.
I mean, that and we're human, just like the rest of
That's
you.
why we try to pick the major topics that are kind of evergreen or will last more than 36 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why we never cover stuff as it's like happening. Like it's rare that you get
We'll open the floodgates
breaking
on something,
updates
but
from us. But
the floodgates is kind of. Let's just be honest, and that's just when we're like, all right, we need to kill 5 minutes.
it's a heat streak, you know.
Heat check. It's like the Dion Waiters of segments.
Damn, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. What's up? What's up next on the ship log, my guy?
All right, so we had all of the DC politics.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
shit.
Yep. Oh, so speaking of
This
DC,
is where you take your lead.
Speaking of DC, let's talk presidential runs. I mean, Trump is ramping his shit up. You know, we didn't even talk about 4th of July. Let's talk about 4th of July before we get into how was your 4th of July before we get into politics.
I didn't realize it was the 4th of July. I wish.
What the fuck you mean you didn't
I didn't realize
it was the
until
4th of
like
July?
4 o'clock until somebody messaged me and they were like, we're blowing up $2,000 worth of fireworks. And I'm like, oh, right, it's the 4th of July.
What time did you get up?
I don't know, like 3 o'clock?
Okay, so you didn't realize until an hour after you got up that it was the 4th of July.
Maybe like 2.
Did you remember what day it was?
They're all kind of blending together at this point.
Are you okay?
I need to sleep more, to be honest. That's just to be honest.
Hey, check on your friends, guys.
I'm kind of right now on like that 36 hours up, 10, 12 hours down right now.
I mean, just casually, you know, check up on people every now and again. Not saying that it's a time
If
for
you see a
Ziggy
cryptic
needs therapy.
Facebook status, just say hi. What's going on? How are you doing?
Send them a meme. You know, that's all you really.
Don't poke them. Nobody likes getting poked.
Yeah.
It's
Can you still poke people on
apparently.
Facebook? What? Oh my god. Are you serious? That's gotta be like mad creepy now, because it's like nothing but boomers and shit on Facebook. And like people who have to talk to boomers and shit on Facebook. So.
And people like us who just kind of surrendered to it. It's so easy to register for stuff online just by hitting sign in with Facebook.
That's my point. We were like grandfathered into this situation. Like the boomers.
That's why we were trying to adopt Twitter and Instagram.
Excuse me, guys.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on
now.
YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook.
We're on everything, people.
We are, because we're trying to be serious about this, guys. I know it doesn't seem like it. It's because we're coming to you casual. Like, this is... How can... what's something that's casual but still like informative? Not like
How
the
about something
Daily
casual, but us still trying to be professional?
Show. This is like.
Do you want to know what? Are you perfect example of that?
Go, because I got one.
These are bed sheets that we took the effort to
They
hang up.
did not need to know that, but it's true.
Yes, we're trying.
We're trying.
It looks better than if we didn't.
I was gonna say we're like Wayne's World meets The Breakfast Club. No, Wayne's World meets The Daily Show.
Love it. Love it.
Tagline.
If we have to describe our podcast, I actually have a couple of really good ways to describe it now.
Yeah.
We're like Jesus and Jacoby.
Mm.
Now it's like Wayne's World meets The Daily Show. Wayne's World meets Last Week Tonight.
Okay. I was given a Daily Show for the Trevor Noah aspect.
I was thinking structurally.
Yeah. I guess. We don't really do a big segment at the end though, do we?
We don't do like a big segment, but I mean, we definitely cover a lot of stuff sometimes. Like, and then we go deep on what. Dude, we did an entire episode that if the Dragon Ball Z Tournament of Power had the Marvel Cinematic Universe in it.
That was like us. That was like us fucking around. That was like literally a fuck around episode.
I walked in with an 11-page outline, sir.
Yeah, he wasn't fucking around. He was not fucking around. He sent me a whole plot summary beforehand. It was great, and I was ready for it. And I wasn't ready for it because then he laid out a booklet on the table. He really thought about this shit.
Yep. I could post that outline. It's pretty in-depth.
And we got more nerd corners coming to y'all.
Eventually an official, damn it.
Oh, yeah, we got official damn it's coming on the way.
We do have the one locked up with Banky.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. The one, I mean, it's now distant. It's now far enough removed that I think we can talk about just the issue of guns.
I mean, I'm never scared to talk about anything. I know,
really
care.
I was talking
what
about when we were
issues
originally going to do it. It was right on the heels of George Floyd.
Yeah, that wasn't so much a gun thing, but I mean...
That was supposed to be the episode we had B on.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's right. And then Banky had to cancel at the last minute.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Nah, you just got me thinking about the other shit, like talking about gun violence, and like I know you heard about all the murders over the weekend. Speaking of 4th of July, like as much as I'd like to say I enjoyed my holiday, I didn't really celebrate though because I already celebrated my Independence Day on the 19th. But I still watched the fireworks and got drunk in my front yard.
Do you want to give a quick explanation of that for
Of what
people who don't
Juneteenth is?
actually know what it is at this point?
I mean, if you don't know what Juneteenth is at this point, you living under a rock, yo. Like, even the people on the far right know what Juneteenth is because black people won't stop fucking talking about it. It's our Independence Day in this country. It is the day that, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed.
It wasn't actually the day it was signed. It was the day that the last town in Texas received word of it. So that was the official day everybody was free.
I would have got to.
We're trying to be concise here on video, sir.
I was getting there. I was also correcting you. It was not the day the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. That's very important. I was going to say that is true. That is true. It is not the day that it was signed.
It was actually about 2 years after.
Yeah. No, that is fair.
Because the South had to get, fucking rickrolled in Reconstruction.
Well, everything took longer back then. That's why we had fucking delegates and shit, because counting votes took forever. But no, he is right. I misspoke. I was getting ready to correct myself. It is the day that the last town in Texas received word that the slaves were free. And it is June 19th, and it is the day that there's a flag for it and everything. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. It's red on the bottom and blue on the top with a white starburst in the middle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Kind of like the Texas flag exploding.
Ooh, yeah, kinda. Kinda. But
Low-key, fuck you.
I don't remember when the flag was adopted as the official flag of the Juneteenth celebration, but
Kanye.
no, I know we were getting. I was trying to find a clever way to tie that into Kanye, but
Kanye. There's no way to subtly put it in. There's nothing subtle about him.
Oh, that's what I was. So 4th of July, Donald Trump gave a speech in front of
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. Did you see
The most partisan, fucking Nazi reminiscent speech.
Yo, like, it's not even.
Did you see the tweet that he posted that was 14 words and 88 characters exactly? They're selling a baseball for $88. No more, no less.
For real?
Yes. And it's a black baseball.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Facts.
Son. Hey, yo, they're not even playing dog whistles no more. This shit is like a full-on trumpet. It is a racist trumpet. It is, what is that shit they use in the army? A bugle?
Yeah.
These niggas got the bugle out. They're like, Zig Heil, your motherfucking way down here.
Let's play some taps for the Republican Party.
Yo. The fucking t-shirts. Did you see the t-shirts?
Yeah, with the reworked Nazi eagle.
Oh, but we're taking it too far.
Did you see?
We're being
NPR,
dramatic. Stop
did you
being
see
dramatic.
NPR was on July 4th retweeting, like line by line, the Declaration of Independence, and people were retweeting back, and they were like, "Oh, look, no surprise, NPR is encouraging revolution."
Doesn't NPR always do that on the 4th? Or like
Exactly. But people were taking the lines from the Declaration of Independence, and they were like, "Oh, look, they're just trying to slander Trump. They're trying to start a revolution."
What the? Yo, it's not even funny anymore. It's really not even funny anymore. The amount of projecting that the right is doing it's like buffoonery at this point. That's
and
not
the
the
thing
word.
is they will defend the Declaration of Independence.
Of course, when gays want to get married, when their state governor tells them to fucking wear masks, you gotta stay inside so people
They
don't
talk about
die.
it, but apparently they can't quote it.
I can't quote it either, and I got a copy of it in my glove compartment. I regularly go over it like at least once a year, just so I can say that I do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that says about me, but the fact of the matter is I know the meaning behind it. I also know the same people
remember. I know the
that
Constitution's
said
opening line
all
is,
men are created equally held slaves. So, take the Constitution for what you will, I guess.
well, that was the Declaration of Independence. The Constitution is the one that starts with "We the People."
I know, but my point is
I'm
that
trying to remember the starting line for the Declaration of Independence, and it's actually not hold these truths to be self-evident. It's something along the lines of basically eventually somewhere we'll find the political bonds of we're just going to be smart and look up the Declaration of Independence, and I'm going to fill some time by
No, my whole point was the same people that wrote the Declaration of Independence and wrote the Constitution also own slaves.
Yes, and I believe that there is actually museums now that have displays of these people accurately, and they're just like the the contradiction of Thomas Jefferson and things like that.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can just get a full-on reading of it.
Read the Declaration of Independence. Read the Constitution. They're both very important.
It's a
Still, Third Amendment from the top rope! Woo! When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to which have been...
This motherfucker gonna make it look like I can't read. I was making sure it was the right thing.
Oh.
When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands with which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and the equal stations to which the law of nature and of the nature of God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinion of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to separation.
That was one sentence.
I mean, there was a comma in there.
Several, but that was one sentence.
Yeah. That's wild. Just so we
and
know
then that's
why
where
I
it goes
read
into,
like this.
we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Do we know
that they are endowed
with their unalienable rights?
No, that they are endowed by their creator.
That they are endowed by their creator
with unalienable
rights.
That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Stop there. The reason why I corrected you there is because you got to remember where a lot of these religious right people are clinging to this idea that the faith system of America is Christianity, because that is what they use to propagate the war on terrorism and hatred towards Muslims, and I mean even hatred towards like Catholics and stuff like that. Like there was a subsect of people in this country who didn't want JFK to be president because he was Catholic.
Oh yeah, no,
I mean,
Christianity,
that was a big thing.
like at this point, like it's the biggest religious institution in the world. But if you put, like, say Catholicism is like 30%, you put all the other Christian religions and it's at least 40.
Do you think Catholicism is only 30%?
Well, all right. So I don't want to actually put that in the concept of global religions because I'm unfamiliar. All right, but
so
as far as American Christian demographic,
right,
Catholics are less than half.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially nowadays. Maybe back in colonial America, or like
Catholics are like their own subset, and then there's subsects inside Catholicism.
Maybe even like in Gilded Age America, I would have given it maybe half. But
yeah, like there's cultist Catholic and like theologian Catholic.
You wanna get into that, or no? Because we fucking riptides all throughout this shit today.
Well, in fairness, we did get through the lighthouse.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking.
Do you want to take a break so we stop riptiding all over the place?
No, I mean, it's fair. We can keep rolling because we were talking about Trump and his Nazi propaganda. Y'all, Trump supporters can say what you want. I mean, come on, tweet at us.
Speaking of propaganda,
bro.
how about tear gassing and shooting rubber bullets at priests to get them out of the way so he can go take pictures at their church?
With the Bible in his hand.
I'm a recovering Catholic and I was offended.
Man of God. Yo, get the fuck out of here. That shit was so crazy to me, son. Like, I don't get how they can't be reporting this shit like right on Fox News. And I used to watch it when I had cable because I need to understand like where these people are coming from. Don't at me. I'm trying to, so I can dissect the arguments that they've built up because they think they're ironclad. And
So what do you think about the significance of this speech being given at Mount Rushmore?
Well, you know he did that because they're talking about blowing the faces off of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Like, and first of all, that's not new. There's nothing new about this discussion. The Native
Mount Rushmore
American...
is not even the most problematic one. That's Stone Mountain.
Yeah. But the Native American, people in that area have been trying to get that removed since it got put up because it's on their land. And
Private property, I believe, too.
But
not just their land, but private property.
So
and the sculptor was a blatant KKK person.
Yeah.
Real problematic.
From the jump. From the jump. But we're not even going to talk about that. All I wanted to talk about was the fact that
we're
Trump
living in an age of the reclaiming, and well, I don't even know if it's reclaiming. It's the restoration of history.
Yes, that is accurate. That is...
if you imagine a restoration of an old painting.
Yeah, no.
You can see the basic picture and you're like, yes, this is great. But you restore it and you see all of these details and then you also see the flaws.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting ready to say. We're at a point now where America is trying to choose whether it is going to expose its flaws and correct them and correct course, or if it is just going to put a new coat of varnish on and it's just going to cover it up and keep moving forward.
Look, all of the founding fathers had massive flaws, a lot of which came with the times. As we discussed earlier with 2000s rap, we just don't really talk about it.
Yeah, and that's been the thing with America. There's lots of things in American history that we don't really talk about. We don't really talk about the Trail of Tears. It's got a brand, right? If we don't brand it properly, then it gets swept under the rug. And
I was taught about a lot of these things, but I wasn't taught. I was taught this was a date in history. I wasn't taught about what happened.
Why it happened that way, what led up to it, what happened after it as a result of it. There's a lot of things in American history that we are not really... And I took quite a couple of American history classes.
I remember we had the same history teachers. The 3/5 compromise was certainly taught.
Yeah.
But were we taught exactly how really fucked up it was?
And and the decision that led to it and why, what states
Miss
opposed
Darnley,
it?
no, not Miss Darnley, Miss Fink. She tried really hard to do that.
Yeah.
She also hated me.
I don't think I had Miss Fink. I don't remember who I had. I'd have to go through the yearbook, and I'm not going to do that to you guys on the pod at the moment.
But she hated me because I would show up late or miss or sleep through most of her classes and consistently get the highest scores. She would have to make the curve on my test.
Yeah, this dog. I mean, but when you do look, when you know your shit, you can show up. You don't have to show up to practice. People. You don't have to show up to practice when you know how to ball. Hey, I told you, hoes.
But yeah, the speech sounded straight up like it was something written by Stephen Miller.
Like we said, the dog whistles have been put away. The bugles are out. Trump is signaling. And Kanye has apparently taken his head off. All that to get to fucking Kanye. Yes, we did do all that just to talk about Kanye West. Here we are. Thank you, Kanye. He put out a new song. Did you hear it?
Kanye needs his own time. Take a breather.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
And we back.
Look at that. Professional. Fucking professional. You guys love it. You guys love it, or else you wouldn't keep coming back. I mean, please come back.
Yay.
Yay. Let's talk about Kanye.
I feel like it's gotta happen at some point.
There's really not much to talk about, though. Dog.
He said he's gonna run for president. He's Kanye West, and he has a crazy picture with Elon Musk. You saw the picture, right?
Does Kanye know when we vote for president? It is now July.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elections are held in November.
November 5th.
Who does he think he is?
Kanye West.
That's fair.
He thinks he's Kanye West.
Why did I ask that question? Why did I even ask?
Find somebody who loves you the way Kanye West loves Kanye West.
You know who I think?
Wakes up in the morning for a Kanye Quest. Drinks some orange juice for some Kanye zest. And gets dressed in his Kanye best.
You know who I think loves himself as much as Kanye West loves himself? Mike Bloomberg. This feels like some Mike Bloomberg shit. If you were going to run for president, Kanye, you probably should have started a while ago.
Yep.
His platforms at the moment seem to be anti-vaccine, anti-abortion, and that's all I've really
Making America dope again.
He's gonna put everybody in Yeezys. Everybody's gonna
everybody's gonna be happy to get Yeezys until we realize we're like, oh wow, this is some like state uniform issued shit at this
state
point.
sanctioned drip.
Like this is kind of fascist.
It's all kind of fascist.
It's like fashionable fascist. Instead of the SS, it's the FF.
Fuck, man. No, it's just GM. Good music. Good music, bro. Son, enough with the silly shit.
Kanye, stop.
The new song actually wasn't bad. Did you hear the new song?
Mm-mm.
I forget what it's called. Hold on, let me. That's how good it was, guys. Yo, it wasn't bad. I knew he said he was gonna run for president, and it was almost like I almost felt like he forgot about it, and then it was like, nah, I didn't forget about that shit. Now we got to deal with that on top of Trump being all kinds of
Nazi.
Oh yeah, Kanye took off his MAGA hat. That was the big news. I took off my MAGA hat. He feels like Trump is leading the country in the wrong direction.
You don't say.
I cannot find the name of this new song.
Probably because it's drowned out by all of the fucking news that Kanye is running for president. He's posted like 3 tweets about it. And then there's a picture of him with Elon Musk.
Oh, wash us in the blood. Yes, wash us in the blood.
Did you see that picture of him with Elon?
No, I did not see the picture of him with Elon.
Look up the picture of Elon Musk and Kanye. Just do that real quick.
I just put my phone down.
I know, but you have to see this thing. What the fuck is Elon Musk wearing?
I bet you it'll be the first thing that comes up if I type in Elon Musk.
Elon Musk and Kanye.
I'm being lazy, and that's what I get for being lazy.
Yup. Yup.
Ew.
He's straight up wearing the picture that got posted. Oh man, is it fucking Photoshop? That's disappointing. The Photoshop had him in a fucking Neon Genesis Evangelion shirt and wearing shoes that looked like it cost him an arm and a leg because they look like some Alphonse Elric shit.
Yo, I'm so glad that it's not real. I was about to lose it just now. This shit looks so fucking corny. Kanye, and you know what? Oh, he couldn't do it though because he's not American born. I was gonna say, yo, you know what it would be? Kanye Musk 2020.
Do you have to be American born as the VP?
I'm pretty sure, but
Lighthouse, check us on that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have him pull out his phone again.
No, we're not. But yeah, so Kanye's running for president for realsies, and fuck it, just go back to making music, bro. Fucking wash us in the blood.
Look, you don't even have to make music. Just be happy, dude. We just want you to be happy.
That's very true. You could just go disappear to Montana. It seemed like you were happy out there. I don't know. You found Jesus. again, and that's cool. Just go
Like
back out to
you've
Montana.
given us like 20 years of music. You can chill, bro.
Countless hits.
Like-
if they did one of them Instagram battles with Kanye, I mean, who would he go up against? Maybe, Kanye versus Drake. Instagram battle. You heard it.
You want to do
first.
a serious throwback? Kanye versus 50.
No, 50's going up, 50's going up against T.I.
Yeah, that one actually will be good.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the Fab and Jadakiss one was good. I stopped watching them because they're not my thing.
Yeah.
They're not my thing. But if Kanye and Drake did one, I might be down for that. Because Drake, he want to go up against Jay, but I feel like he's not built for that.
How about no? All right, so here's one. What if they did like Snoop Dogg versus Nas?
Ooh. Okay. That's
People were like
different.
Snoop versus Jay, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like
that's a good one.
that would be a good one, but I feel like if you're gonna do Jay versus a West Coast rapper, it would have to be like Dre.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I get the caliber, but I feel like Snoop is up there too. And
No,
I feel
Snoop. I feel like all right. So like Dre is like the like leader of the pack, right, on the West, and
yeah,
Jay is like the leader of the pack on the East.
That's why I get where you're coming from.
Where like Snoop and Nas, I mean like Nas and Jay don't.
I mean they cool.
They now. All right, cool. Well, I mean it has been a long time, but like Nas and Snoop are like the royal court members.
I feel like Nas versus Snoop would be pretty dope. I feel like that would be a versus battle I could get down with. Cause that's just gonna be straight like chill vibes all day. All you gonna do, you crack something open, roll one.
Yeah, they're not gonna go at each other. They're just gonna both spit some like real bars.
No, I mean that's not what they do, Like, so do you know what they do during these versus battles?
Not as much as I should.
No, they played their songs. They go hit for hit. Like one person plays one of their songs, and then another person plays another one of their songs, and they see how many like comments and shit that they can get, like that kind of thing. So like Jay versus Dre, I feel like would be a good one. Snoop versus Nas, I definitely feel like would be some heat. But I don't know.
Because I feel like Snoop would be above doing anything versus one of the members of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Snoop might edge that out. Like, I'm thinking about it.
See, but I also feel like Snoop and Nas would actually just go like bar for bar.
I mean, but if we're talking battle, I feel like it's nasty Nas all day. I mean, respect to Snoop.
I mean, they're not gonna go for the jugular.
Yeah, but even still, like Nas versus Snoop is not, to me, yes, it would be an entertaining battle, but it's not really.
I definitely give the edge to Nas, but it would certainly be a good one to watch.
It's a huge edge. I almost feel like that's a handicap, but that's disrespectful to Snoop, who I feel like could hold his, in a battle, could hold his weight against Nas, but it's still.
Snoop Dogg's not that.
It's a 2.
He's pretty skinny, so.
It's at least a 2-1. It's at least a 2-1, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. But I feel like Snoop doing this against like a member of the Wu-Tang Clan, like he would just be above it. Because the Wu are all great, but they are the Wu. They are.
If we're going hit for hit, the only members of the Wu-Tang Clan I feel like they could stand on their own hit for hit.
Method
and Ghostface.
Yeah.
And maybe Raekwon.
If you count RZA's beats.
I mean, if you count RZA's beats, but then I feel like then RZA needs to go up against who's another beat maker / rapper.
Dre.
Well, there's no way RZA's going up against Dre. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like, let's
not happening.
No, maybe Manny Fresh, but Manny Fresh
maybe RZA, but RZA was the heart of Wu. He was not the bars and bars off of Wu.
See, now you don't know, but I'm wondering if Jermaine Dupri had one, because I feel like RZA and Jermaine Dupri maybe, but then Jermaine Dupri got hits. Like, then Jermaine Dupri could slide into his R&B bag and completely fuck the game up.
Or John Legend could show up with this fucking one song he did with Lauryn Hill.
I mean, that's a whole different versus battle. I mean, when we talking R&B versus,
it was John Legend versus Alicia Keys.
John Legend versus Michael Bublé. That's John Legend all day.
Phil Collins versus Michael Bolton.
Fuck that. Fuck Phil Collins versus John Legend.
Phil Collins versus Peter Gabriel. Just have the two guys from Genesis go at each other.
Oh, I was gonna say Phil Collins versus like Grover Washington. So no, that's not fair.
John Williams versus the other major composer. Family Guy made a joke about it.
Beethoven?
No. The other famous film composer.
Oh.
I can't remember. Lighthouse, check us on.
So, we've both decided that Kanye should not run for president.
No.
Maybe not even make music for a little while.
Just go. Just be happy, dude. You've stressed yourself out a lot.
Yeah, and you're stressing the country out. We don't need it right now. Like, I gave you kudos for donating money
if you want
and
us to
staying
talk
quiet.
about you, just do something else. We're going to talk. If you do anything, we're going to talk about you, dude. I hope
That's
Kanye
what
listens to this.
That would be dope. Kanye, tweet at us if you listen to this.
We would appreciate it.
Next.
All right, so we got a couple other things on here. We got
A couple.
let's do something a little light.
Okay.
We've been a little heavy on here. So Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback and Super Bowl champion and former MVP of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Just signed the richest contract in professional sports history. It is a 10-year, $503 million.
Whew. 503 million.
He is the first professional U.S. sport athlete to sign a contract worth $500 million. Now, that is not to say he is the richest athlete, because LeBron James makes way more than that outside of basketball. There are other athletes that do that make more than that as well. Like, but that's absurd. That contract for a fucking football player is insane. Insane.
I'm a little upset that I had to use a calculator to do that math just now when I got the answer, because I mean it's $50 million. It's like $50.3 million a year. That's some decent fuck around money. For 10 years?
Like, the thing is $50 million is like,
That's some decent.
that's
fuck
a
around
big
money.
payday for other NFL players.
Yeah. For a single year's contract.
No. For like a multi-year contract.
Oh, for a month. Oh, you're saying for a multi-year contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Pat
thinking
Mahomes' deal is that ridiculous out of this world.
that's some decent money for a football player too, and we're talking football. Like,
No, guaranteed it's
notoriously,
different.
they don't get
Guaranteed, I think I remember seeing some, like, if he never plays another game again, it's like $63 million guaranteed. And then if he becomes like a giant scrub, it's like 158 something million guaranteed.
Damn. So they made sure they had a lot of insurance for their money.
Football players always do, because you're one injury away from never playing again.
I feel like that's a lot of like high contact sport.
But football more than any, because football careers are also so short.
Yeah. I mean, that's the high contact.
That's why so many running backs will like
wrestling and like MMA. Like,
running backs now are like only playing for like 2 or 3 years before they're like, I'm gonna hold out because I know my career is only gonna be like 8 or 9 years. I need this payday.
Think about, I mean, like I said, think about wrestlers, man. Like, think about how long.
You know, all professional wrestlers are 1099 workers.
For real?
They don't have like health insurance or anything like that. They're all 1099 workers.
That's wild. And they, of all people, not of all people.
1099, by the way, means independent contractor.
They should, I feel like I have heard that before. Like, but they should definitely have, like, as big as the WWE is, I feel like they've got to have now.
Health insurance.
They've got to have some kind of health insurance. Because it's run, essentially, at this point, it's run by former wrestlers. So I feel like the game has changed quite a bit. I mean, like, they don't even have divas anymore. Like, they don't even call them divas anymore. They're just wrestlers now. Like, they don't even call them women wrestlers.
Yes.
Like, I feel like they have cross-gender matches and everything. Like,
So I don't think they do that anymore. I don't think they do that yet.
I feel like they have though, and like
They've done
main
tag
events.
teams.
Cross-gender tag teams.
Yeah, but like when the women tag out, the men go in.
I lighthouse checkers because I feel like I've
I
definitely.
know we have wrestling fans that watch.
Yeah.
So listen and watch. God, that's weird.
Now you can watch.
All right,
How does
so Jada and Will.
What's up?
Jada and Will.
How's everybody?
August
doing?
Alstina, I think is his name. He's
Oh,
like, yeah, I've been
think?
fucking around with Jada for like years, and Will gave the
Damn.
blessing. I saw this one tweet that it was like, Will was like pumping August up. You'd be like, look, this is how you act like Tupac to get Jada.
Oh, that is so trashy, yo. Like, leave these people alone. See, I saw this and I told myself I wasn't going to talk about it on the podcast because that's not like what them people would do is what them people would do. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's always been a rumor that Will and Jada
it's a
had
rumor.
an open relationship.
And like, they're happy. They have kids. They still like. I mean, they're clearly very important to each other's lives.
I was gonna say they seem happy. They seem cohesive. I mean,
they live together and everything. Like, I don't know if they're like separate bedrooms and.
right. I was gonna say, who knows what living together means when you live in the fucking Smith house? Like, 1, 2, when you're a goddamn Smith. Like,
What is life?
right.
That sounds like a Jaden Smith tweet.
Oh God. Oh God, you're right. You're so right. Holy shit. I don't know what to say about this other than let them people do their
But the Smith
thing.
family
Like,
is strange.
Yes.
They're all strange.
Who would have thought?
We love them. They're all fucking weird.
I mean, they're carefree, yo. Let them be carefree. Their parents raised them in an environment where, well, the kids were raised in an environment where they could be carefree. And I don't know. Will has always seemed carefree, and I guess by
Also
association,
Will's
Jada's carefree.
oldest kid, who is from a previous relationship. He's just like a normal dude.
He seems well adjusted. I'm not gonna say
That Willow and Jaden aren't. They're just.
I think we're just not used to seeing carefree black children. Like,
It's
so they
refreshing,
seem
but it's a little
weird. Yeah, I mean, Jaden is a little off-putting at times. This whole situation it's not off-putting because, like I said on the
What if
show,
all trees are blue? Jaden Smith tweet.
as I've said on the show, we don't kink shame. So whatever fruit you get into is the fruit of your choice. But it sucks to have your sex life put out into the public like that when you're a celebrity.
Kind of like how Gabby Ewing on that radio show was like, look, you can eat ass.
I eat
And it's basically like throwing it right out there, and it's like, well,
I mean, fuck that.
sorry, Dwayne, that's a little weird to get thrown out there.
No, fuck that. Kings, get your ass ate. No homo. Oh, hey, and if it's homo, then let it be homo. Oh, fuck it.
2020!
If that's what
The
you
world's
into,
gonna end
bro,
anyway.
if that's what you into, ain't no live stream in your bedroom
I saw-
unless you want
I
it
saw
to
this
be.
thing, I think Gabby, you and Dwayne have up to the point where they just cut off, but it's, those two are also strange.
Yo, cause like you can.
I mean, I love Dwayne Wade and Gabby Ewing.
What's the fucking TikTok? You can do anything when you're financially stable. That shit is real. They just living that. Jaden and Willow is fucking living that shit. And we mad at them for it because Jaden was like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to Kanye's wedding in my Batman outfit. In my all-white Batman outfit, and people were like, hey, yo. He was like, I'm gonna show up to the red carpet with my own dreads in my head.
All right, so here's the thing. We've talked about TikTok a lot, but what if it just disappeared?
I mean,
Trump wants to cancel TikTok because it's Chinese and because all the K-pop fans are embarrassing him. I wonder if he knows what K-pop is. He doesn't.
No.
There's no way he
There's
knows
no
what
way.
K-pop is.
K-pop. What is that? Is that some kind of new popcorn? Is there like popcorn with ketchup in it? What
He
is
puts
that?
ketchup on his steak.
That was the joke.
No, he
If he
legit
puts ketchup on his steak, there are tons of other things he puts ketchup on that he probably shouldn't be putting ketchup on.
I know, but just let that sink in. This is
Ooh,
the person
ooh,
This is the person
ooh,
y'all elect
hold
president.
on,
He puts
hold
ketchup
on.
on steak.
Hold on. Do you put ketchup on your eggs? Does it float?
Ketchup on eggs are fine. I don't fucking put anything on my steak because a well-done steak is seasoned and tender and has all of the flavor it already needs in it.
I mean, yeah, and it should be dripping in its own juices. I mean,
That steak should look like it just came out of a blood shower.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm playing a game called Bloodstain Ritual tonight, so cut me some slack. I just had to get to a new level by absorbing a fountain of blood into
Some
myself.
slack of steak.
Huh?
A slack of steak.
Steak of vampire. You know what a vampire's least favorite sporting event is?
Don't do this. Don't do this.
You know what it is? The Belmont Stakes.
I'm the dad. I'm the one that's supposed to make the corny dad jokes.
Oh, I'm a Castlevania fan. I get to make that joke.
That's fair. I mean, I'm not... Okay, so...
Like last episode, I was wearing a Tifa shirt. This episode, I'm wearing a Bebop shirt.
I think I'm wearing the same shirt I wore last episode.
You and your uniform. Fucking fascist.
Socialist?
I'm not a socialist. You're a socialist.
TikTok, if it disappears, I won't be that hurt.
We will feel exactly
The same way
Vine disappearing.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. The same way I felt when Vine went away. I was like, oh well, that's gonna fucking suck. I guess I gotta go back to YouTube. And for that reason alone, I haven't really left YouTube because.
And that's also
Shout
one
out
of the
to
reasons
YouTube.
I think that a lot of these social media outlets are just like you're fighting against like pillars of the internet now.
Yeah.
Like the 4 pillars of the internet are like Twitter, Facebook,
Facebook, yeah.
Instagram, and
World Star. No.
I mean
All right.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit.
4chan.
I wasn't even gonna say Snapchat. Like
No, fuck that. That's a passive
like
thing.
it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and like Reddit and Google.
Man, you can't leave out World Star, yo.
I mean, it's always the memey thing to fucking say whenever shit goes down.
That's what I'm... Look.
Kind of like going to a rock concert and yelling
delegations-
Slayer.
On my delegation side of things, World Star is like Reddit.
But Reddit is everybody's Reddit.
That
Funny
is
thing
true.
about Reddit is r/trees is the weed subreddit, but because of that, the trees subreddit is r/marijuana.
Can we talk about how Reddit is so fucking insane that there is an actual subreddit for trees? I bet you there's a subreddit for watching paint dry.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the subreddit Outside? The subreddit Outside is where people talk about engaging in real life as if it was an MMO. Also, there's Birds with Arms, where it's just people who
I've seen
Photoshop
I've seen
birds
it.
with arms, and it's great.
It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Especially when you are up at 3 o'clock in the morning, because you have no reason to be up at 3 o'clock.
I was on Twitter last night, and hashtag RIP Jeff Bezos was trending, and it was taken over by Avatar The Last Airbender Twitter, and there was just like a whole bunch of memes of like Aang, and they were like, man, sorry, I remember when Jeff Bezos did his first air scooter.
I saw the RIP Jeff Bezos thing, and I was like, what the fuck? Jeff Bezos died?
It had me scrolling for a bit before I'm like, all right, no, this is just
That's
a meme.
why when you were like, go to Twitter for some of your news, I was like, no, don't do that. Twitter will have you thinking Jeff Bezos died, and then scrolling through fucking comments for 15 minutes trying to figure out how Jeff
I was
Bezos
just cackling. I already gave up on thinking it was real. I just thought all the memes were hilarious.
After like the first 2 minutes, I was like, okay, so Jeff Bezos isn't dead, but now I'm stuck scrolling through all of these trolling comments. Like, so yeah, I mean, Trump wants to ban TikTok. This country, I don't think the fascist right has enough power to actually ban TikTok, especially when you consider all the K-pop fans behind it. And there's no way he's gonna get a whole app banned in this country. Like, just think about, this is America.
I mean, he did just withdraw unilaterally from the World Health Organization.
I want to know, I was looking into the legal like ramifications of that as well, because I don't know if he can legally just decide that we're not a part of the World Health Organization.
Well, he did it, and now we have to wait for all the bureaucratic bullshit to go through.
That's like fucking Boris Johnson just being like, yeah, we're not going to be part of the EU anymore. Like, he is fucking, god damn it, Joe. Like, him and Boris Johnson are like two fucking parallel, they're like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, yo.
Anyway.
I wonder how many times we've sighed through, or at least me. Somebody count.
We talked about doing
the person who counts
copyright
and tweets at us the amount of times that I have sighed throughout this entire episode. We will cash app you $20. If you could tell us how many times me and Zig sighed.
First one to do it.
First person to tell us gets $20.
And we will tweet out who that person is to acknowledge them.
Yes. Send us the count and
not up to this point, but
no, the
collectively throughout the episode.
The entire episode.
Because we don't need like 18 people tweeting at us and we're then in the net for, you know.
Are you going to make me do the math on Twitter?
$160.
Hey.
I play cards. I'm really good at this fast math.
You should be. I'm not. But.
So, what else we
and
got?
I'm going to count my damn self so I know whether you're fucking bullshitting or not.
Then there's also the ICE trying to fuck over college students.
Since we're talking about how Trump and all things Trump, let's talk about ICE. And it's just frustrating, yo. Like, why was this even a necessary thought for them to be like, oh, colleges are moving online? Then what are we gonna do with all of these foreign people in the country? And I wonder who the foreign people they're going to target for their online schooling are. You know,
Doc, I need to go grab something. I need to freestyle.
You want me?
Go on a rant. Continue. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Man, let's talk about it. Let's just break Doc for a second because we all know who this is targeting. It's fucking ridiculous, yo. Like, why was this even a necessary thought? Why was it necessary to be like, in consideration of everything going on, you know, I know we've got racial uncertainty and unprecedented pandemic at hand, but since some schools are moving online, maybe this is a chance to clear some more Mexicans out. Let's see if we can get rid of some of these Pakistanis that want to become doctors.
Well, let's not forget that Betsy DeVoe also insisted last night that all schools be open in the fall.
Yo, she just wants to continue.
And it's ridiculous because I got my Deftones tickets rescheduled and they're for August next year.
Yo, fuck that, son. This bitch just wants to keep funneling money into her charter schools, yo. They are slowly trying to destroy the public school system, every single last one of them, so they can push this new, like you said, history is being refurbished, and
Refurbished. That's a good word.
The way you do it is through the youth, yo. And they are slowly destroying the public school system. Not slowly at all anymore, actually. I mean, just look at the great work that Larry Hogan has done with the public school systems in Maryland and their funding. If it wasn't for the individual county, I mean, if you look at it on an individual county basis, you can see what the fuck is happening. In the first couple of years of his run as governor, Baltimore school systems had to shut down early because they didn't have air conditioning, and then it was too fucking cold in the building, so they had to shut down for that. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, man. This is a war on poor people, yo. And it's a war on poor people, and it is a war on the minority cultures. And that's why they want, I said it last time, and y'all can call me a quack if you want to, but this is a poor people disease, and they want to force y'all to go back to work so they can keep making money, and so that more poor people can die off so they can keep their money. But I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's just a modest proposal.
I'm just fucking like Alex Jones. You're putting fucking chemicals in the water and making the
Everybody
freaking
Google
frogs
A Modest
gay.
Proposal by Jonathan Swift and read it. I'm just letting you know, it is satire. Don't take it seriously.
If you needed him to tell you that after reading it, you're part of the problem. Stop it. Get some help.
I have a competition problem.
No, we're not doing. See, this is.
We're not riptiding. I just think that's a great running joke.
No, it just. These are the things that make me mad.
But we have this refurbishing of history. Like, you have the Columbus statue in Baltimore being ripped down.
Yeah, okay.
And then you had the Frederick Douglass statue being ripped down,
And
like 2 days later.
It's tit for tat, man, at this point. And it's just wild to me that there is really a subsect of people in this country who don't see the point. The obvious nature.
They see it kind of as white and black. Clearly,
they don't, but they talk about history and they don't know the history of these statues. And it's fair, most people don't know the history of the statues in their parks and stuff, but it's like when you talk about preserving history and how people shouldn't tear these statues down because it's just like erasing history, then you should know that most of those statues weren't even put up till 100 years after the Civil War.
Not hundreds, but they were put
Not
up
hundreds,
during
100.
They were put up during Reconstruction.
Not even. Half of them were put up in the fucking 50s.
That's true. Yeah, they've been putting them up basically as like symbols
of put up in the 50s and the 70s.
Yeah.
And they're symbols of hate. They are literally symbols of hate. A lot of the people that put those fucking statues up of those war generals and stuff put them up because it was during a time where there was a lot of racial uncertainty, and the civil rights era was a booming thing, and integration was the new hot topic. Just like, did you know? Hold on. Did you know a lot of the private schools we have came as a result of integration?
No.
Yes. A lot of parents moved their kids out of public schools, and they formed a private school system to keep their children out of segregation.
Is that what caused white flight from the cities?
It's not, but it was one of the things that resulted out of white flight. And there are people out there that will probably say, that's not why private schools exist. If you look it up, they happened around the same time. So you can say causation is not, or correlation is not causation all you want to, but when we talk
you
about...
are given a certain excess of data,
it's
hard not to.
Exactly. When you take in redlining, when you take in the whole suburban like influx, like around the same time that the civil rights movement was booming and the civil rights laws were being passed and Jim Crow laws were being taken down, like
I just remembered there was something.
I'm sorry, y'all. He asked me to get on my soapbox, and now I'm rolling. What y'all want? What y'all want from me?
I got another one that's a little.
This is why
weird.
y'all come here. This is why y'all like.
There's something from my side of the fence, not my delegation, but like the nerd world, that needs to be talked about.
I mean, nigga,
So
I sit on the nerd world side too.
Smash Brothers Pro
That's
players.
not exclusively white.
All of the Smash Brothers Pro players, not all of them, but I mean like a majority of them.
That's fair. I'm not a pro.
Were all outed as like sexual assault, like sexual assaulters. A couple of them outright rape.
You want to run that
minors?
back? You want to run that back? Wait. So you're talking about the National League?
Like the best Smash 4 player in the world, one of the best current Smash Brothers player in the world, all like sexual assaulters, some rape, minors, men and women, or boys and girls more accurately.
Yo, I think we have.
I need to pull up the list real quick of all of the, but
are you really gonna name drop? Or we don't have to do that.
No. So
I mean,
I just remember seeing that it got to the point where they were making a universal tournament ban list, and at this point, it was over 100 players.
Oh my god, yo, over 100. Well, also, hot take. I'm not surprised in the slightest. Pedophiles seem to be everywhere, and they're getting exposed left and right.
Okay, so
but
here's
Smash Brothers is a child-targeted game.
It's Senpai accused of sex with a minor. Duran or D1 accused of rape. Keitaro accused of sex with a minor. Nairo sex with a minor. Sexual abuse scandals sweep all over. Zero has now been canceled, who is the most famous Smash streamer and YouTuber.
I feel like I know that name.
Yeah, he just broke 1 million subscribers, and now everybody's getting, rightfully so, kicked out. But it's crazy how top-heavy of the game it was.
Damn.
And they were all minors. Like, seriously, somebody messaged me, and they were like, seriously, you have a cool career. You have a minor celebrity status. Like, you make good money. You're good at something. Why do you have to go for a 16-year-old? Why do you have to feel up on a minor while they're playing in a match?
Oh, God. Slime, because, I'm a parent, and
makes me really happy that yes, I was like, can we make all these 21, all of our events at bars 21 up, because A, they don't buy anything, and B, these minors don't get drunk, so they always kick our ass. Now I'm just happy that it was 21 plus for this reason.
Well, yeah, as abrupt as it sounds, one, if you don't know, ask. It'll keep you out of trouble.
Yep. Always. Unless you ask and then you keep going, and then you have an entirely different problem you got to deal with. Probably need to call some therapists.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you ask and then you find out it's a red flag and keep going, then yeah, that's a whole separate issue.
We have a list for people like those.
And it sounds like a bunch of the top Smash players just went on that list. I wonder what would
Super
happen.
Smash Bros.
Wow. Stop. This is going to get taken out. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe you dragged me down in this pit. Jesus Christ.
It's relevant.
We cannot make jokes about pedophilia. It is not something to joke about.
No, it's not. Literally, fuck all of those people.
Serious.
Fuck all of you. You're fucking stupid and creepy
sick
and go stop it.
Get some help. And we make jokes, guys, because these situations are awkward to talk about, especially but they need to be talked
I make
about.
jokes personally just because it's the only way I deal with awkward
It's an anxiety.
situations.
We both do that.
And I actually, like, when it gets to a tense situation with somebody, I actually give them the fair warning beforehand. I'm like, I don't know how to deal with these situations. I might make jokes. I'm sorry in advance.
But damn, yo, like, I don't.
Comedy finds a way to keep things grounded for me.
Yeah,
If I can poke fun at it, that means it's real.
I'm trying to keep this on track, but it's just hard because fucking kids, man. Damn it. That's an audio bite I don't want clipped out. It's just
And
hard.
it makes it
'cause
even more
fucking
weird.
kids, man.
Like Zero having a like, these are like kid smash prodigies.
God,
All
no,
those
can we-
videos way creepy.
Everything we've said over the last like fucking 5 minutes, I feel like can be clipped out and taken out of context in a weird audio clip, and I don't want that happening. So we're moving on to the next subject. Don't fuck kids. Don't fuck kids. God damn it. Just stop it. Why is it so hard? There's so many people in the world. There's so many, like, I know we don't call them sluts anymore, but for like lack of a better term, like sluts your age, go have fun with-
Sexually liberated people.
Yeah, there you go. There are so many. There's somebody out there for you. Don't fuck kids.
Plenty of fish in the sea. Please don't go into the school.
Don't swim with the minnows.
What else do we have on here
What would you do?
for our next subject?
You just had to bring up pedophilia.
Yep.
Oh, you want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein some more? Did we
No.
talk about Jeffrey Epstein
Do
last
we have
episode?
to? Do we have to?
Did we talk about that last episode?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Did we talk about Ghislaine? Ghislaine? It's really Ghislaine, but the things in French are spelled weird.
The French are weird in general.
Hey, leave the French alone. Shout out to French. To French. Shout out to the French.
All right, so this is gonna be really dating me. But do you remember that really old internet video, End of SeaWorld?
Mm-mm.
And it's just
Nah.
like all like drawn out, like this is how the end of the world will happen. And then in France would be like, fire the missiles. I don't care.
I do kind of. I do.
I don't know why, but that's always one thing I think about when I think of France. Fire the missiles.
Oh my God, Zig, what is this world coming to?
I don't know. And the thing is we still have more things. Did you know that there's an act coming up that you told me about called the Karen Act? Tucker Carlson is in a lawsuit because people are like, he stated fake facts, and Fox's defense is he's not a journalist. He's not supposed to or required to report on facts. Let that all sink in, people.
Can we talk about the Karen Act though? Okay, never mind. Hold
Let's
on.
take a breather.
Let's hear you though.
So it's kind of hard to set a routine. It's kind of hard to keep yourself like structured when you're just like, I'm just kind of existing and almost feeling like rewarded for it. So I'm doing this pod and recording it, and I really love editing it because it kind of gives me a sense of fulfillment and something that's really keeping my time occupied. So I feel like everybody's been having to try to find something to keep their time occupied. Like I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and she was telling me that she's kind of just been bored the whole time, and she started taking classes because, you know, she needed something to keep her mind occupied. What about you? What have you been doing? How do you feel about this?
Well, I drew a picture.
Cool.
Y'all wanted to see. I know you guys can't see this. This doesn't make for good audio content. But no, in all honesty, I'm over it. I'm not really tired of being stuck in my house because I've been working the entire time. So that part, I mean, I'm at least getting out. I'm not ready to go to the bars and stuff, but I did sign up for a gym membership again today. I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow. I'm gonna try it out. I feel like I've waited.
Step in that hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, and see what it really is. Cause like I said, I'm already working. I'm exposing myself to the shit on a day-to-day basis. I'm at least gonna get swallowed while I'm doing it. Everybody's got that one thing, right? You know, some people have already gone back to the bars. Other people go out running on a daily basis and stuff like that. Some people go to the grocery.
I play cards with the same 5 people.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do something to keep sane, whether it's just going out back and sitting out back and listening to music, or going and getting you a gym membership. And if that's the only place you go out to, then let that be the only place you go out to. But you got to do something, man. And we're social creatures. That's why, you know, all these Google Meets and these Zooms and Facebook has the new...
We're recording podcasts.
Yeah. I mean, that's like our therapy. I mean, this is kind of like our therapy. Siphoning through all of this shit. That's not the word I'm...
We're not going to cipher right now, though.
No, but yeah, you know, digging through all of this shit and bringing the important things to you guys helps us kind of keep perspective on what really matters. You know, even though we're stuck inside and the anxiety is getting to us, we see the bigger picture. So, but every now and again, we like to take time to keep it real with you guys and let y'all know how we feeling, so you know that it's real. That this is real. This is really us, and we're real people bringing you guys the news from a real person perspective.
Yeah. We may not always be right. Lord knows we're not always right.
No.
We may not have the best opinions. Lord knows we may not have the best opinions. But
we're not Tucker Carlson.
No. You want to bring that up real quick? Or no, we mentioned it. So yeah, Tucker Carlson is actually getting sued for reporting false facts. And Fox News' defense is that he's not a real journalist and he's not required to report the facts, even though his persona is that of a journalist and he's on a station with news in the name.
Fox has pulled this card before because they regularly get called out on their inaccuracies, and they had to take the position of none of our talking heads are journalists because of that fact, and they were getting ready to be held liable for it. So at this point, it really just seems like they are the Daily Show, but for right-wingers and inside of their own channel. Like, they
the funny thing about the Colbert Report it was actually liked by both sides of the aisle.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Really bizarre.
Hey, you know, I mean, kudos to Stephen for that, because Stephen was able to pull off a right-wing version of the Daily Show that, even though it was a satire of right-wing politics, the right-wingers could get with, which is
scary.
It's not scary, though. I feel like that's kind of what the Daily Show did. Like, it took, like, the Democratic side of things and it displayed it through a lens of satire, which is what Stephen Colbert did with the fucking Colbert Report. So much so that for a while, I thought Stephen may actually be a Republican. And, like, he could be a closet Republican.
He is Catholic.
And we would never, I mean, now we would never know because of how hard he's going at Trump, like, but.
You know, Larry Wilmore is actually a Republican.
Get the fuck out of here.
Also raised Catholic.
That part I'm not necessarily surprised about, but the Republican part.
I've just been drawing graffiti.
The Republican part I'm pretty surprised. I wonder if he still holds to it.
He says he's not said anything positive.
I would like to know what Larry Wilmore has to think. Fuck what Ja Rule has to think. But I would like to... I'm upset that Comedy Central got rid of the Larry Wilmore show. Like...
The Nightly Show.
The Nightly Show. That's what it's called.
Yeah. His podcast is very good. Larry, we'd love to have you on.
Yes. Or have us on your show. Please. Because you're dope. And like I said, I would like to know what he thinks more about this shit. Because I don't...
We would have that shit edited and up within hours. I guarantee it.
You got me fucked up with that one. I'm like, God damn, if Larry Wilmore hit us up, I'm gonna have to clean up.
No, there's a couple of people like Larry Wilmore, Michael Lewis, the guy who wrote Moneyball.
Okay. Jesus Amaro.
Jesus Amaro.
Jalen
J&J.
Fucking Jack and Miles at TDC.
Jon Stewart. He's doing the interview route going around everywhere. We can hit up Jon Stewart.
Do you think Jon Stewart's gonna run for president?
Honestly,
I might be okay with it.
I would.
It's too late at this point, though.
He's not going to do it now.
No. But maybe in 2024?
It would be like 2028.
You think?
Yeah. I think it would be like 2028.
This might be a little late. Like, how old is he?
I think he's in his 50s.
I mean, Bernie was like pushing 80, so I can't say I wouldn't, but...
He's a satirist, but if you really go to the heart of what is behind John's like beliefs, he's really smart.
Yeah, no, and that's what made him such a valuable component to the Daily Show, and I think that's why he picked Trevor Noah, but because he saw the same thing in himself. Or he saw the same thing in Trevor that I guess the previous host. Who was the previous host of the Daily Show?
Not Craig Kilborn. Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Ooh.
Are you gonna look it up, or are we gonna ask the Lighthouse?
We're gonna have to ask the Lighthouse.
Lighthouse, check us on that.
Yep.
I want to say Craig Kilborn, but I know it wasn't Craig Kilborn.
Damn, man. I don't know. What else we got on the ship log?
Honestly, we really did go through most of it.
Talked about the Redskins.
Battle of the Statues.
Talked about that.
Oh yeah, so Drake. We got new Drake coming.
Yes, new Drake on the way. I mean, there's not really much to say about that other than this whole Pusha T thing. So the Drake
Pusha T has shown that he will go for the jugular. What are you doing, Drake?
Regardless, I mean,
Pusha T is not Meek Mill.
No, yeah, this whole situation is so like wild, and the fact that people are really on like, okay, yes, I get the whole dissing somebody on somebody else's song is wild shit, but we already know how Pusha T gets down. We already know how, like, what era of rap he comes from. The era that gave no fucks. The era that we don't talk about anymore because there was a lot of problematic shit that happened back then. So we think that Pusha T, who survived that problematic era, who already exposed Drake for having a baby, is really gonna give a fuck about rapping about this nigga on somebody else's song when Drake has been subbing Pusha T for a whole, like, year and some change now? Like, stop. What is this bullshit y'all keep trying to pull? And then y'all trying to talk about how fucking Young Thug shot up Lil Wayne tour bus. What you think you gonna do to Pusha T? Do y'all forget, like, there's a reason why Malice...
Pusha's sitting there like Omar, just waiting for some... Yeah.
Thank you. Like, there's a reason, like, Malice quit and, like, found God. Like, y'all don't understand. Like
Omar's waiting for you to do something. Pusha T is waiting for you to do something. If y'all don't think
Pusha T got hitters too, then, like, y'all really not paying attention. Like, this whole shit is so funny to me. It's funny, and I'm just waiting for the response, because Pusha T ain't even dropped no real song about Young Thug yet. He ain't really even say all that much about Drake. Like, they don't want that. They don't want that smoke.
Dreamville documentary about J. Cole. We don't have much to say about it. We haven't seen it, but J. Cole dropped the documentary called Dreamville.
Yeah, I guess it's about the making of the Return of the Dreamers and all that shit. Yeah, it's probably about the Dreamville team. We probably should have looked it up before we talked about it.
Anyway, just dropping it. We love J. Cole. Check it out.
Yeah. Let us know what y'all think. Act. Did we talk about the Karen Act?
We mentioned it. Tell us about the Karen Act.
Okay, before we do that, tell us what y'all fucking with. let us know if there was anything that y'all thought was really popping this week that we missed out on. And, let us know what you guys have been doing to keep from getting anxious in quarantine and keep your minds right. Stay sane in this shit. But speaking of staying sane in this shit, a little bit of civility. Is that a word? Yeah.
Yeah. Civility is a word.
A little bit of civility, a little bit of some hope. San Francisco, I believe it was, some delegates out there proposed the Karen Act, which is the you have to look up what the actual name of the act is, but it's pretty much a law that would but allow people of color or minorities.
Racist 911 calls are unacceptable. That's
Yes.
why I'm introducing the Karen Act at today's San Francisco Board of Supervisors meeting.
Yeah, like I said, it's a law that would allow minorities who have been targeted using law enforcement by other civilians to
Could face criminal charges.
Yeah, to sue them and pursue criminal charges. So that's dope, because I don't know if you've seen the videos going around of the Karens pulling guns on people and calling the cops on UPS workers and shit like that. Like, it's just, this shit is crazy. It's ramping up. Like we said a couple of weeks ago, lynchings are on a rise, and Trump wants to give a racist speech in front of Mount Rushmore. And sure, we can argue semantics on whether the speech was actually racist or not, but at this point, like I said, and like we said earlier, he can't get much more divisive without just actually being an out front Nazi. So that's the end of that discussion. The Karen Act, that's dope. Shout out to the San Francisco delegate that introduced that bill. I hope it goes through so that we can cut out some of this shit. It's a shame that once again in 2020, the same era where we carry many computers around in our pockets and can literally, like many encyclopedias, like at hand, we can send rockets to space. And
my crazy memory, I double down on that.
But we're still dealing with issues of like colorism and racism and stuff like that. It's wild to me. And at the time where America is probably the most multicultural that it's been, and I think that's part of what the problem is, right? You can't ignore it.
Yeah.
If you take the collective minority, they outweigh the majority, and that's the problem. That's what Tucker Carlson and all of them are spouting every night on Fox News. That's why there's a culture war going on right now. And unfortunately, we are all unwitting victims and
unwitting participants
in this culture war. And me and Zig are just kind of here to help you guys sift through it. And we hope it's helping in some kind of way.
I was talking to somebody and I was like, look, if you're a white dude that has no idea how to feel right now, actually listen to our podcast.
I mean, that's a good place to start. And then there's tons of literature that you could be reading. And if you're not into reading, there's tons of other lectures and stuff on YouTube that you can watch. And I mean, hey, just go out and volunteer in a black neighborhood and listen to what the people actually have to say. You could start there. Exposure therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I've recommended it from the jump. If you don't quite understand a culture, sometimes the best thing to do is put yourself in the middle of that culture.
Yep. All right, so I got two more things that we can use to round up on. First, I want to talk about the playlist.
Tight.
All right.
Pull the playlist up because I don't know what I did.
So the stuff I added, one of my favorite rock bands that I've heard come out in the past couple of years is the Amazons. And the Amazons are a British group that started in 2017, and I added 4 songs from their first album, self-titled, and they're really guitar heavy. It has a very unique vocal pattern, and the way I like to describe them is kind of like the Strokes if they weren't trying to be cool and they were just really emotional and angry.
Okay.
I threw on the best ending credits theme song for Hunter x Hunter because I had to. I put on this one song called Answer to Yourself by the Soft Pack, which I discovered this week, and it's just in my jam.
Yeah, you showed that to me earlier. That shit slapped. Okay.
Yeah, and the last one I put on there was Classic for Everybody that I don't know if they would have expected me to put on there, but Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding.
Yeah, classic, man. I mean, you put some bangers on there, yo. Definitely a vibe. Yeah, that's a whole vibe in its own. That's some early morning coffee type shit. Coffee house music.
Really tying it in with the San Francisco thing, too.
Yeah. I mean, you saw I threw some old Rockefeller on there because I was in my bag this weekend with.
You're still sticking with a lot of those instrumentals.
The Dipset anthem, Santana Town, Rock the Mic, Beanie Siegel. I threw some Freeway. Those are all classics to me, man. First of all, if you ever played like Def Jam Fight for New York or Def Jam Vendetta, then you know for like just about all the songs I named. Man, that shit is classic. That is staple like bling era hip hop.
Yep.
You cannot go wrong with this shit. I threw two of my man Linnell's tracks on there. Shout out to my man Linnell because he just dropped his new mixtape, and it's good DMV rap music. You gotta check that shit out. Local. We got some more Grow Rich on there for y'all. Shout out to Rich Rocker,
And
I see you threw some Big Crit on here.
Oh yeah, I threw my favorite Sad Boy Big Crit song on there. And it's not really a Sad Boy song, it's more just like a real introspective song. It's called The Vent. One of the lines in there, and I'm sure you know it, is, if I want to see stars, I just look above.
Yeah.
Maybe I should write another song about Pimps and Hoes.
Big Crit, underrated, man. Truly
Let me tell you about life's highs and lows. Maybe I should write another song about Pimps and Hoes, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, look, y'all gotta check the playlist out. It's a vibe, yo. We do this shit for y'all. We really do. We do this shit for us. But yeah, it's getting. And let us know what your favorite songs on the play. First person to tweet us out their favorite song.
Oh no! We have to make sure we do this right because we don't want to do 3 of these. That's a lot.
Did we do 3 of them? That's only.
Actually, no, because we did the one with the size.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do 3.
I was gonna say no. Well, it's only 2. I was gonna say first person to tweet us out their favorite song from the playlist will cash app you $10.
All right, and then the last one, we got one more for you. The last person who tweets at us their favorite part of the podcast and their cash app, we will throw your name in a hat, and we will have a raffle on camera. Pull a name out of the hat. We will cash app you $20. We're giving out $50. We'll flip a coin over who pays it. Maybe we'll just split it.
We're gonna split. But regardless,
Shameless giveaway. Shameless giveaway. Oh. Retweet their favorite part.
Yes. So, just so y'all know, as we tying things up here, first person to tweet us out how many times we sighed this episode, and I am counting, $20. First person to tweet us out their favorite song from the playlist, $10. First person to tweet us out their favorite part from the whole pod, $20. Retweet
their favorite part from the whole pod, $20. And we will draw your name out of the hat. Actually, you know what? I'll take the extra 10.
Oh, I said first person.
$30.
Woo.
To the person who retweets this and says their favorite part of the pod. We will draw your name out of the hat.
Check that out.
And we will announce the winners on the pod and video. So you're going to have to hit us up after.
Look at that. Blessings. We spreading the blessings. Y'all been
Cat
rocking
rules
with
everything
us.
around me. Please share and like and listen to us. Please
and
come
subscribe.
Back. Please come back.
And download and comment.
Yep.
And rate.
Yep. Do all of the things. I mean, like, Yeah, that's all we got.
Exactly. And we like doing this for y'all. And if y'all help us grow, then we can only get better. I mean, look at how good we are already.
Yep.
Oh,
We might be able to get a second microphone.
and with that being said, remember,
None of this is normal.
Look, it's a flood.
The flood.
It's flooding.
Get away.
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.